What's going on, everybody? It's UFC 316 fight week. It's upon us. Um, Sean O'Malley has a chance to get back at Merab after he completely washed him in their first fight at the Sphere last year. It's kind of a weird fight to me, though. I kind of understand, like, you got Peter Yan just kind of like whooping dudes up that are like seemingly the next contender. So I guess I mean I wouldn't say Sean O'Malley deserves an instant rematch, but I've kind of come around to the idea of them running it back a little more so. I still think that he should have fought at least one more fight before getting a rematch because I'm never a fan of somebody getting a title fight off of a loss, right? I don't think anyone really is. But nonetheless, it's happening. He's going to be rematching Merab on Saturday night. Kayla Harrison versus Julianna Peña has been very fun promotionally. Now, I'm not a Julianna Peña fan, but I do appreciate the way that she builds fights. It's kind of fun to watch, honestly. And I think her media stuff is honestly more interesting than her fights. But at least Julianna Peña, she's very fun when she loses, and sometimes when she wins, it's fun. So, not the worst thing. But yeah, why don't we get right into the picks? That's what this show's all about. So, first things first, Alexander Gustafsson. Or wait, no, not Alexander. Andreas Gustafsson was supposed to fight last weekend. By the way, what's up, Northwest? Good to see you. Good to see you. How are you doing today? Yeah, so Andreas Gustafsson was supposed to fight last weekend, but he did not. So I guess Chaos Williams stepping in to give him an opponent in a payday. This is taking place at welterweight. Chaos Williams, 15-4, 31 years old, 6 foot tall, 77-inch reach. Andreas Gustafsson is 11-2. He is 4-1 in his last 5 out of Sweden. 34 years old, 6 foot, 74 inch reach. So honestly, I don't really know too much about Andreas Gustafsson, but he has fought in KSW and Brave, and he's got he's got quite a few knockouts in his last few fights. I mean, that's always exciting to see, right? That's what's up, Northwest. Yeah, same here, man. I started the stream really late. It's going to be a really busy week for me, so I figured I might as well just get the picks out now. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know much about Gustafsson. Chaos Williams, on the other hand, is a guy I've been watching for a few years now, and he did just get darsed by Bonfim 3 months ago. I think I definitely picked Bonfim to win, but Chaos Williams is a guy who he's another one of those just middle of the road welterweights, right? A guy that is never going to be a serious contender, but a really good test for new guys entering promotion. So, and another thing about Chaos Williams is the guy's got a lot of power, man. He's got a lot of power. In his earlier fights, he was just known for sleeping dudes. But yeah, he's taken some losses against guys we weren't sure he would lose to. Now his last few wins, Miguel Baeza, that was 3 years ago, man. Ronaldo Bedoya and Carlston Harris, not the best wins. So I also feel like anyone with a ground game of some sort can give Chaos Williams a lot of problems. And also Andreas Gustafsson, I think he already had made weight once in a week. So I think he will be somewhat depleted. If he didn't make weight, he was close to it, right? Now, this is a tough one to pick. This obviously should be a coin flip here. Uh, but honestly, I got the vibes. I got the vibes going for Andreas. Uh, I don't know if he'll KO Chaos, so I'm gonna go the safe route and pick this decision. But Chaos Williams is he's a damn good fighter, man. He's a damn good fighter. He's just not. Again, he's just not. We know he's just not gonna be like a serious contender. But I don't know. I'm just going with the vibes. I'm gonna pick Andreas. I think he gets it done. Usually I pick against the newcomer, but in this situation, the fight came together on short notice. I think he's ready enough. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say he gets it done. What is up, Tress? Good to see you. Colby Covington's burner. Wow, wow. Good to see Colby Covington's burner. Nerds and virgins all in the house. Gustafsson is probably fucks as Juliano. Good to see Juliano in the chat. You think so? Let me know why. All right, next pick is Markel Marderos versus Mark Choinsky. This is taking place at lightweight. I love me a lightweight prospect heat check, and that's exactly what we got going on here. Markel Marderos is 10-1, undefeated in his last 5. 28 years old, 5'10", 69.5-inch reach. Training out of Factory X. Choinsky is 8-0. 29 years old, 5'8". They don't have a reach stat on him. But he's training out of Rufus Sport. Not a bad gym. 2 pretty good camps. Choinsky, I remember. I've seen this guy fight. Where have I freaking seen? I think I saw him fight. I think I watched this LFA card. I've seen this guy fight before. Fighting in Anthony Pettis FC, getting some subs. Gotta love it. Marderos, fighting in Fury. Got a knockout in Contender to get in the UFC. Beat Landon Quinones and Austin Hubbard, which was actually a pretty damn competitive fight. I'm really literally just going off of who has fought in the more reputable promotion. Now, obviously, LFA is a great promotion. I'm a fan of Fury. I think Fury is a little more scrappy than LFA, if that makes any sense. Like, suppose in LFA, you'll see a guy just kind of get steamrolled. You will see a lot of scrappy matches on LFA too. But Anthony Pettis FC, not the highest level regional scene in my opinion. Again, Marderos fighting in Fury, but also having some LFA experience, beating a guy like Austin Hubbard again. Like, I think it was a little more competitive than some people wanted it to be, but I still think he won cleanly. I'm not trying to sit here and say like you beat Austin Hubbard, you're freaking George St. Pierre or anything, but I like Markel in this fight. As far as the method of victory, I think Choinsky is again, 2 young lightweights. I'm gonna pick Markel by decision. Not super confident in that, but again, always just my safe pick is the decision. By the way, last week I freaking sucked the horn on picks. I think I got 3 or 4 picks right out of the whole card. Like, what the fuck? But that whole card was hard for people to pick. I think a person who won my Topology League only got 5 picks right out of 10. So yeah, that was a strange one to pick. So trying to get back in the win column here, and because that's honestly the first event in like maybe a year or more that I have not picked at least half the fights right. So yeah, take that for what it's worth. Next fight out lightweight is Quillen Salkild versus Yanal Ashmuz, the Red Fox. Taking place at lightweight. Quillen Salkild, 8-1. Both men actually 8-1. Undefeated in his last 5 from Australia. Minus 410 as the favorite. God damn. He is 25 years old, 6 foot tall, 75-inch reach. Yanal Ashmuz, 8-1 plus 320 as the underdog. He is 30 years old, 5'9", 68-inch reach. So Quillen Salkild. Oh my god, this is the guy that slept Angel Jubilee with the first punch he threw. Poor India, man. They cannot catch a break in MMA. He beat Gage Young by decision. Fighting in Eternal. Pretty damn good promotion out of Australia there. Got some finishes. Ashmuz, he beat Trevor Peak by decision. He pissed everybody off. He lost to Chris Duncan. Knocked Sam Patterson out. And then before that, he was fighting in. He had a fight in the PFL. Had a fight in Cage Fury. So to me, this is like Yanal Ashmuz, pretty damn good fighter. I think he's a stronger grappler than striker, personally. They really are seeing a lot in Salkild, aren't they? Hey, Lorenzo picks. He says, "Hey, W stream, you've been going for ages, though. Maybe you should end and raid someone's small." I, I have 115 subscribers. Lorenzo picks. Every time you hop in my chat, you're like, "Raid my channel." It's like I have 4 live viewers right now. Like, what are you talking about, dude? You probably have way more subscribers than me, but yeah. Thanks for joining. There's a lot in Salkild. Dude, I feel like Yanal Ashmuz is like definitely underrated. A little. Okay, I'm not saying he's really really good. And you guys should pick him, but he lost to Chris Duncan, who is kind of a hammer. And then he beat Trevor Peak, who is a hammer himself, but not a good nail. Man. One thing we do know is that Salkild has that killer instinct, right? Like he's down to hurt people in there. Ashmutz, I'm not sure if I can say the same for him. Very skilled guy on the ground. Was able to knock Sam Patterson out. So we know he can deal with like a taller opponent. But I am gonna pick Salkild here. As far as like a KO, I mean, okay, he knocked Angel Jubilee out in his last fight, but I mean, like, who hasn't knocked out Angel Jubilee in the last 6 months? I mean, seriously, like, I think I was actually on the job site a couple weeks ago, and I had my hammer, and I was hammering some stuff, and I kind of swung back a lot. Angel Jubilee was behind me, and just, hit him right on the chin, just in that perfect spot, and he was out cold. So, I mean, everyone's guilty of knocking Angel Jubilee out. So it's like, bro's a minus 410 favorite, and he's got 2 fights in the UFC. Like, what are we doing? Like, what was up with these odds, bro? But yeah, I'm gonna run with him. I'm gonna pick him by decision. We got to see a little bit more out of him before I just go rifling off knockout. But I think that don't sleep on Yanal Ashmuz. I think that this is he's a pretty heavy underdog. So I don't know, man. It might not be the worst little degenerate parlay piece, Mr. Yanal Ashmuz. I don't think he's that bad. Definitely not plus. What is it? Plus 320. Like, fuck. All right, next fight: Azmat Mirzakhanov versus Brenson Hibero. This is taking place at light heavy. Azmat Mirzakhanov 14-0, minus 590 as the favorite. God damn. He is 36 years old, 5'10", 71.5 inch reach. Brenton Hibero, 17-7. He is 3-2 in his last 5, plus 420 as the underdog. 28 years old, 6'3" and 81-inch reach. So Asmat Mirzakhanov is a guy that I have been very high on. Guy's exciting. He's got fantastic kickboxing. And he's actually really not that bad as far as like his takedown defense and defending takedowns. Brenton Hibero is not going to want to like take him down. This is basically a kickboxing match or a Muay Thai match in 4-ounce gloves, right? And if you look at his previous opponents, like Mateus Scheffel, who the fuck is that, right? That's the guy he beat to get into Contender Series. Tefon and Chukwi, he flying kneed him. Devin Clark, he KO'd him. That's a guy with the ground game. Went to decision with Dustin Jacoby, and then he knocked out Alonzo Menafield. So obviously he's fighting like, much bigger opponents. And Brenton Hibero is a big boy. So, a lot of times I'm like, Asmat Mirzakhanov, the guy's just a little undersized for this weight class, but he does the damn thing in there, right? He gets it done. Now, Brenton Hibero, on the other hand, he submitted this guy, Dr. Nergoze, with a Kimura 2 months ago, which was sick. Beat Kyle Machado by decision. That was a terrible, terrible fight. Nobody did anything. And then he took 2 L's in a row to Gadzia Sulev and Mingyang Zhang, knocked him out. And then obviously he got a knockout of Bruno Lopez to get in the UFC. It's really cool that we've seen a submission win from Brenton. The guy does have a lot of power, right? Mingyang Zhang knocking him out isn't like the biggest blemish on his record, if you ask me. The fight that's interesting to me is the Kyle Machado fight. We did see if you're able to avoid Brenton and then like push, he doesn't fight well off the back foot. I think Asmat Mirzakhanov, I'm very high on him. He does no problem with the taller opponents. Takes his time. I'm gonna go round 2 KO for Asmat Mirzakhanov. I got a lot of faith in this guy. The only thing is now he's 36. Brenton Hibero is the young gun in this one. Again, plus 420 as an underdog is crazy. Maybe not crazy like in particular in this bout. Just MMA odds being that heavy of an underdog, it's worth looking into. I think that Yanal Ashmuz is a better underdog than Brenton Hibero. But yeah, I'm gonna pick Mirzakhanov by KO second round. But we'll see how he goes, how he looks in this one, because like I said, he is 36. I think that Dustin Jacoby is a better kickboxer than Brenton Hibero, but not quite the same amount of power I think that Brenton Hibero can deliver if he does land clean. But Asmat Mirzakhanov, just a tough guy to hit. The next fight is Ju Sang Yu. That's got to be racist, right? Versus Jekka Seregi. Where the hell did they find this guy? I mean, seriously, who is this guy? Has anyone ever heard of Ju Sang Yu? Like what? Like anyway. He's 8-0. Minus 500 is the favorite. Debuting in the UFC and he's minus 500. What? 31 years old, 5'9". Jekka Seregi, 14-4. He is 3-2 in his last 5, plus 360 as the underdog. He is 5'8", 69-inch reach. Jekka Seregi lost to Weston Wilson, who was pretty bad. Knocked out Lucas Alexander. And then he actually got knocked out by Anshul Jubli. Wow. I mean, look, dude, you get knocked out by Anshul Jubli. I mean, do we ever believe in you ever again? Hamed Hallett says you look like Sean O'Malley's daughter. Wow. Well, I am Mexican. Um. Uh. All right. Hey, thanks for watching. uh. All right. Well, anyway, look, Jekasaragi, my friend, dude. You get knocked out by Anshul Jubilee. I can't believe in you ever again. I always fade South Korean fighters. I've Suga Sean's daughter. Oh wow, that's a new one. Um, I always kind of fade the South Korean fighters. The military service, they don't do. They haven't done very well in the UFC. Um, man, I'm gonna roll the dice here and go with the favorite and just say he gets it done by decision because I just can't pick Jekasaragi. Like, bro, you get knocked out by Anshul Jubilee. Like, should you even be allowed to compete in MMA? That's a real question that we should be asking here. But yeah, dude's making his debut and he's minus 500. I mean, again, some juicy dogs already early in the card. Um, all right, we got Sergey Spivak versus Waldo Cortez Acosta at heavyweight. Sergey Spivak, the polar bear. 15-5. He is 3-2 in his last five, minus 130 as the slight favorite. He is 30 years old, 6'3", 78-inch reach. Waldo Cortez Acosta, 13-1. 4-1 in his last five, plus 110. It's basically a pick 'em, especially on the odds for Cortez Acosta. 33 years old, 6'4", and a 78-inch reach. Striker versus grappler? I mean, really though? Because I mean, you remember that win that Cortez Acosta had over Rebelis de Spain when he fucking just laid on him very smartly. The thing about Cortez Acosta is just subbed. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Jubilee is the goat. The thing about Cortez Acosta, man, like the guy had a sick run in LFA, right? Like he was putting in work, he was knocking dudes out. Um, and then he comes to the UFC and he has like some boring decision wins. Passes the IQ test that is Andrei Arlovsky. Um, he freaking lost the Lima by decision. Knocked out Bresky, had that decision win over Arlovsky, laid on Rebelis de Spain. And then what was it? That was right. Ryan Spann moved up to heavyweight. And we were like, oh, like here we go. Light heavyweight moves up to heavyweight. They usually have good success. And then Cortez Acosta made him look like a bum. And then now people are like, oh shit, Cortez Acosta's got his power back. It's like, I'm not really going to go that far. He is 33, so he's still a young heavyweight. And on the Sergey Spivak side of things, Spivak was a fun heavyweight when he first came in to the UFC, and he's got some really impressive wins, like where he got a good finish, right? But then, like he subbed Derek Lewis, which made everybody hate him. Got knocked out by Gon. Sub Tybura, and then he had to fight Jelton Almeida. He was a sacrificial lamb to Jelton Almeida. I mean, this is a pretty easy one for me. Like at first glance, like I was very confident Sergey Spivak is going to get this done. And honestly, there's nothing really making me want to pick Cortez Acosta. What it comes down to is if he can avoid being taken down by Spivak, because Spivak is fantastic on the ground. And I think his striking is coming along. I wouldn't say his striking is like great. So that's why when I first glance, I'm like, oh, striker versus grappler, but I'm like, really though, because like neither one of the like Cortez Acosta's he's got. I would say his striking is good. We saw his ground game against Robelis to Spain, but that's just the smart way to go when you fight Robelis, right? Um, I'm definitely going Spivak. He is actually a finisher, right? Like KO sub, gets knocked out, sub. I'm gonna go Spivak by sub. I'm gonna go sub round two. Round two submission. You know what? Damn. I'm gonna go round one. I'm gonna go round one sub. But a decision is always the safe bet. I think he can sub Cortez Acosta. I really do. Um, yeah. Ahmed says, now that looking closer, you look like Max Holloway's son. Okay. Little, or what is it, mini blessed? Bet. That's better than looking like Sean O'Malley's daughter. I mean, infinitely better. All right. Ariane Lipski da Silva versus Kong Wang at flyweight. The Queen of Violence, Lipski. 17-10. 3-2 in her last five, plus 275 as the underdog. 31 years old, 5'6", 67-inch reach. Kong Wang, or what do they say on the broadcast? Wang Tong. Look, it says Kong Wang. I'm gonna call her Kong Wang. That's how it's spelled. All right. Ignorant American here. 7-1. 4-1 in her last five, minus 350 as the favorite. 33 years old, 5'6", 66.5-inch reach. So obviously Wang Kong, looking sick when she knocked out Victoria Leonardo. Cut a sick promo. Then she fights Gabriela Fernandez and gets subbed. I think she got slept too. Beats Bruno Brazil by decision. Lipski. Dude, I have not been able to pick a Lipski fight right in forever. But I was a huge fan of her. Like when she first came in, she was getting knockouts, really living up to the Queen of Violence name. Beat JJ Aldrich, beat Melissa Gatto, and subbed Casey O'Neill, which I don't think a lot of people saw coming. That was kind of that might have been Casey O'Neill's first loss. But since then, she lost to Karine Silva and got subbed by Jasmine Jazz the Vicious. I think that Ariane Lipski can make this competitive in the stand-up. And I also think clearly she has a better ground game. If Gabriela Fernandez could submit Kong Wang, then Ariane Lipski can. The problem with Ariane Lipski, and I was super high on her, and then like losing to Karine Silva just better than her. Jasmine Jazz the Vicious is, I think we've finally learned that like she's a serious contender. Lipski for some reason just is not. Just can't seem to put it together sometimes. But I think I'm drinking the juice of Kong Wang. The card is so dead. Really? Why do you say that, Noah? Hey, good to see Isha in the chat. Kong Wang is coming for her head. Damn. Holy shit. I think I'm drinking the Kong Wang juice. Like I kind of want to just will her into fighting Valentina Shevchenko one day. She's fun. She's got power. But the ground game is seriously lacking. And I think Lipski can expose that. But her last win, again, Bruno Brazil, I think she can get a decision win over Bruno Brazil. I think she can beat Lipski. But I think Lipski actually has a more dangerous submission threat. God damn, I really want to pick Lipski here. How old is she? 31. Oh my god. Ah, fuck, dude. I might have to pick Ariane Lipski here, dude. Oh man. Oh shit. All right. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna pick Kong Wang. I think I don't know what it is about Ariane. She's got all the skills, but sometimes she just can't put it together. It's Kong Wang's time. I'm gonna run with it. I think Lipski is somebody who could definitely win. Another underdog that I think is juicy. Plus 275 as the dog. Like, there's some dogs. The dogs could be barking on this card. We'll see. Next fight. What is your prediction ratio on Topology? I think it's a 62%. Last week, I shit the bed. Like, I got 3 out of 10. But that was the first card in like a year or more that I picked less than half the card right. Like, usually I'm sitting about 6 out of 10. But yeah, Wang beat the Guo by bogus decision in kickboxing for whatever that's worth. Yeah, brother, you think I'm not tuned into what happens in regional amateur kickboxing? Like, dog, I'm well aware of what's going on in region. And what didn't Joanna lost to Valentina like 4 times in kickboxing? Like, bruh. He just says sick fight. Yeah, this is a sick fight. Bruno Silva versus Joshua Van at flyweight. Bruno Silva is 4-1 his last 5. He is 14-6-2. You got 2 draws or 2 no contests. What's happening there? 35 years old, 5'4", 66-inch reach. Joshua Van 13-2, 4-1 his last 5. Minus 530 is the favorite. These odds on this card are crazy. He's out of Houston, Texas. 23 years old, 5'5", and 65-inch reach. All right, now Joshua Van. I'm just gonna go through the whole thing. So he beats Felipe Bunes by KO. Gets knocked out by Charles Johnson. I don't think anyone was expecting that. Beats Chirez, beats Durden, and he beats Ray Saruya. Those are his last 3 wins. JP buys for Bruno Silva. He knocks him out. Knocks out Victor Rodriguez. Subs Tyson Nam. That's 2 years ago. Jeez, what the hell? Tyson Nam was in the UFC 2 years ago. Knocked Cody Durden out in a wild-ass fight. And then Manel Kopp was able to take Bruno Silva out 5 months ago by KO TKO. I know you watched deep kick videos they posted today. I did not. I definitely did not. I probably should. Okay, so Joshua Van. The thing about Joshua Van, guys, is he's obviously very skilled. I think he's a slow starter. And Bruno Silva is a fast starter. Now, obviously, Cody Durden himself is a fast starter. I think Joshua Van drops the first round. I think he hangs in there and he's able to win the third. And he could knock Bruno Silva out. I think Joshua Van, again, he's so young. He's a little undersized for flyweight, right? Says he's 5'5", says Bruno Silva's 5'4", but every time I see Joshua Van fight, I think he's a little small for the division. Man, this is a good-ass fight. Again, these odds are insane. Minus 530 is the favorite. Are you kidding me? Obviously, the obvious pick would be just to run with the Joshua Van pick. But I've seen a lot of good things in his last 3 fights since losing to Charles Johnson. But I'm still not completely sold on Joshua Van as a serious like flyweight contender in the future. And this is going to be a crossroads fight for him, for both men, actually. Oh, man. Again, there's so many good dogs so far on this card, just looking at it. I do think that Bruno Silva has a better ground game, for sure. And Joshua Van has a better stand-up game. He's very, very fast. Both men very, very fast. Dude, this is a tough-ass fight for me to pick. I know the odds are saying it's not. I almost wish that I could just skip picks on cards, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to make picks, baby. I'm going to go with Joshua Van by decision. Again, I think he wins the third round. I think Bruno Silva will start fast, win the first round. It's that second round is the most crucial, and I think Joshua Van can pull out the win here. I don't have a lot of technical analysis for you there, but that is going to be my pick. Mario Bautista versus Patchy Mix at bantamweight. Mario Bautista 15-2, on a 5-fight win streak, maybe even more. He's undefeated in his last 5 fights. Plus 135 as the underdog. He is 31 years old, 5'9" and 69-inch reach. Patchy Mix, 21, 20-1. I don't know why there's an O. 20-1. He is undefeated in his last 5 fights. He is 31, 5'11", 71.5-inch reach. So obviously Patchy Mix was a Bellator champ, and then did he have a fight in PFL? No, he never actually fought for the PFL after the buyout. Was he on the last PFL card, or on the last Bellator card? Was this Bellator card? Was it like a PFL Championship Series card? Or was it a Bellator card ran under PFL? It wasn't on Showtime. I can't remember. If this fight would have happened before Patchy Mix's last fight a year ago, I would have said he steamrolls Mario Bautista. But that fight was so damn close. For a guy that he ran through in the Bellator Bantamweight championship, or what, Grand Prix or whatever, he sliced through that competition. That was a legendary run he had through that Grand Prix. And Magomed Magomedov was one of the victims of that run. And then he has a fight with Magomed Magomedov again, who is very good, by the way. He's not just like a bum. And it was so close. And you're like just going, what the fuck? But also I feel like Patchy Mix was kind of like, dude, I have to fight this guy again? Like, why? And I don't think he was very motivated for fighting Magomed Magomedov, right? Now Mario Bautista, on the other hand, is a guy I've always thought was fantastic. Let's just go through his last 5 fights. Subs Benito Lopez, subs Guido Canetti, beats Damon Blackshear by decision, beats Simone by decision, and he outclassed Simone. Like, Simone could get nothing going. And then, infamous fight against Jose Aldo 7 months ago. Everyone cried their eyes out. Jose Aldo lost. It's like a super smart game plan from Bautista. Had the Merab approach where he kind of just held Jose Aldo against the cage. And then just like didn't let Jose do Jose Aldo things. So again, I think Bautista is a dangerous striker, and I think he is an adequate grappler, and the guy's fucking smart. He's able to follow a game plan. Like, that's so important in MMA. Obviously, there's a big discrepancy when we talk about the ground game between these two. Patchy Mix is a fantastic grappler. Not only that, his back control and the way he can hold a body triangle on someone is kind of next level, honestly. I think the odds of this fight are way better. Minus 170 for Patchy and plus 135 for Mario. Like, that's right where it should be, if you ask me. Thing about Patchy is, again, he's had a year layoff. He's had some issues with Bellator as far as getting fights, or with PFL getting fights. Mario Bautista on a huge climb right now. This is such a great fight. I'm so stoked on this fight. I wouldn't have hated them giving a higher ranked guy. Like, let's see where Mario is in the rankings. Is he even in the top 5? Or the top 10? Let's check this out real quick. Yeah, he's 10. He's 10. Word. Nah, this is proper. This is proper. The UFC is doing him proper. Man. I think a lot of people hate on Mario Bautista. So everybody wants to see him lose. Now, the Bellator guys haven't had the greatest time coming in, but this is definitely like the difference is this is a champ. And with that, I'm gonna go Patchy by decision. I think Bautista wins a decision here. Or sorry, I think Patchy wins a decision here. I think Bautista can survive to the end because I do give him a lot of credit. But I will say, if Patchy is able to go in there and put on like a performance like he did in the Bellator Bantamweight Grand Prix, that's exactly what he needs, and I won't be shocked, but I'll be very, very, very impressed because Mario Bautista is he's a great opponent. He's a great opponent and a great fighter, if you ask me. It's about freaking time. I think he did have one fight under the PFL banner. I think it was when they like after the acquisition. Um, I think he subs Mario or controls the back for 15 minutes. I think I'm going to agree with you there. I think he's able to, at the very least, control the back for 15 minutes. And then every UFC fan will complain and ridicule Bellator yet again. Maybe not 15 minutes, but out controls him, I think. Yes, at the very least. I agree. But was it as good of a game plan as taking a soccer kick to the face, followed by almost getting KO'd, only to gas Aldo to win it? Yeah. Look, man, like I don't think Aldo should have won that fight. I think that being able to nullify Aldo is important, and I do think he followed the game plan well. Um, or are you talking about Aldo's last fight? Who was that against? I can't even remember now. This ain't no Spark Carlisle. Love you, Spike. Dude, how could you not love Spike Carlisle? I mean, let's go. No, I love this fight, man. I love this fight. Next fight is Vicente Luque versus Kevin Holland, dude. This is sick. How have these two not fought each other yet, either? Right? Like, Luque, 23-10-1. Dude, I'm so jazzed on this fight. He is 2-3 in his last five, plus 180 as the underdog. What? 33 years old, 5'11", 76-inch reach. Kevin Holland, 27-13. He's 2-3 in his last five as well. Minus 220 as the favorite. 32 years old, 6'3". Dude, this is a sick ass fight. I mean, oh my gosh. Defend Barber now. Um, wait. Not the AM, bro. Are you saying I am defending Macy? When have I ever defended Macy Barber? I saw a post of her by the pool. Redeem. Defend. Are you saying like do it now? Oh, you were defending her a lot. Defend her now. It's like what? Or are you being like do it now? Like I'm confused by your statement there. Please elaborate. um, dude, back to this sick ass fight. So both these guys can knock you out, and both these guys can sub you, and they also lose fantastically, and they also win fantastically. Like, dude, this fight, this is just so fucking sick, dude. And honestly, like the odds are kind of crazy to me. Plus 180 and minus 220 for favorite. I think for Holland, I think that this should be a pick 'em. Now, if this would have happened before Luque, if this would have happened before Luque had a brain bleed, I would have picked Luque like 9 times out of 10 to beat Holland. Um, let's go through the last 5 fights, shall we? Bilal Mojave lost the decision too. Lost by knockout to Jeff Neal. Came back, and I think that was after the brain bleed, and then he beat RDA. Or was it Joaquin Buckley? And then he beat Themba Garimbo. Which is a really good win. Kevin Holland been bouncing up and down between middleweight and welterweight. Michael Page lost to. Dude, he is extremely active. Subbed Oleksiejczuk lost by rib injury to Dolidze, and then he got subbed by DeRitter, and then he had a sick fight with Gunnar Nelson. I think it was what was that? The Kansas City. Anyway, dude, I think that Luque is the more consistent fighter of the two. But Kevin Holland has he has peaks and valleys, like he'll have a really good fight and a great performance, and then you'll just have a terrible fight, and a terrible performance. Luque's not that dude. He's very consistent all the way through, if you ask me. Got knocked out by Neal and Buckley. But I don't think he gets embarrassed on the level that Kevin Holland does, where he just chooses to have stand-up fights with Michael Venom Page and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, knowing that they're just wanting to kickbox, and he has a black belt in the Travis Lutter. Both men have black belts. But I do think that Luque's chin is compromised at this point. I really, truly do. I don't think he wants to take punishment quite like he did. So if you're in that realm of thinking, it's safe to go Holland. I've been watching Kevin Holland fight for so long now. It's just so cool how he's able to hit you from any angle, with some unorthodox shit, and knock you out and hurt you. Luque, on the other hand, more technical of the two. I think this fight, if it goes to decision, you go Luque. And I think if you're going for a finish, I think you go Holland. I'm gonna say it goes to decision, and I'm gonna pick Vicente Luque, but I think this is a toss up, man. This is a sick ass fight, dude. I'm very hyped for this fight. It's just one thing that makes me hesitate about picking Luque is just the damage that he's taken with that brain bleed. And yeah. Barbara pulled out due to anxiety. She needs to be shamed. I told you she isn't just here for attention. Okay, but so are you saying I was defending her? I don't understand. I don't think there really is a defense in the eyes of the fans. How can you really defend pulling out before a main event? Was it anxiety? Because I haven't seen I think it's all just speculation at this point. I think that if there was a serious medical condition, then that is what it is. But yeah, I don't. Well, what defense do you want me to come up with for somebody pulling out seconds before they were supposed to walk out? I don't understand. You were offended by my take on Barber. Offended? How was I offended? I just told you that I don't really care what happens outside of the cage. I only am interested in what happens in the cage, and I think Barber is a good fighter. So sounds like you're the one that's offended, my friend. So yeah, I'm gonna go Luque decision. God damn, am I? Fuck. Ugh. This is a sick ass fight. I'm just stoked. I don't care if I pick's wrong, but I'm feeling Luque by decision. I think if Kevin Holland wins, it'll be by finish. When is fuck? That's the thing. Nah, I got Luque. I got Luque. God, what a fucking awesome fight, dude. I think it's a little bit late. I think it's a little bit late. This fight would have been sick a couple years ago, honestly. Mr. Cunningham, if anyone is more hit and miss now than Holland, it's Luque. Really? Really? Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but also let's take into context who is he missing against, right? God, dude, this fight, you could dive so deep into this fight. It's so fucking cool. Who is he missing against though, right? Bilal Muhammad, Jeff Neal beating RDA and Buckley, okay, word. Kevin Holland MVP. It's the fashion in which Kevin Holland loses his fights, right? Choosing to have a kickboxing match with Stephen Thompson and Michael Page, right? And then like just getting outclassed. And even in the Oleg Sejcik win, he got hurt. The Leadze, it was a rib injury. RDR. All right, I think we're starting to realize RDR is really that dude. But he got subbed and embarrassed. And then he has a really close fight with Gunnar Nelson. I disagree. I think that I really truly just think like both of these guys are getting to that point in their career where they're hit and miss. But I've always thought, personally, though I really do appreciate Kevin Holland. Like his fights are really fun. So are Luke's, but I'm never confident in Kevin Holland. It's matchup dependent. Hey, what's up, Juice Man? Bro popped up in my feed. Y'all changed the name. I was like, who's this? No, so actually I have a new channel. This is a new channel. I gave Hank the old channel because I don't want to stream with him anymore. So yeah. Skill wise, Luke is light years ahead. Yes. He's more like technically proficient, right? Like, and he's more conventional, right? Holland is just like, I think he has all the skills. He just chooses not to use them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Great break. Hey, useless. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Well, I'm good at breaking down fights of two fighters that I actually know and have watched. Like prelim fighters and fight night cards and shit. Like I don't know half the fighters, so I just kind of have to go based on records. So yeah, thank you. Holland also has terrible that. Yeah, 100%. Does Luke even know what a 45-70 is? Come back around full circle, crazy. Yeah, you did tell me a while ago, like, hey, when you make your own channel, hit me up. I don't know how to contact you. But dude, you would really enjoy some of the last streams I did with, like, if you go look at the last video, there's a PFL post fight show. Go watch that on Hank's channel. And dude, I just lay into him. Juice Man, you don't know the lore, and it's kind of crazy. You don't. I'll just tell you real quick. So I got tired of Hank. I went off on him on that PFL post fight show, and then No Chill made Hank make an expose video on me, and then we reacted to it, and then we just basically roasted him. So it's been very fun. So yeah, I decided I felt bad for him, and I gave him the old channel. And I just started a new channel, so fuck it. Holland got no skill. He basically is just athletic with 0 fight. I disagree. I think he's got skills. I think he just has 0 fight. I agree with half of what you said. Need a Hank and Idaho collab soon for the culture? What the fuck? Okay, what would the context of a Hank and Idaho collab be to you? Not in the AM, bro. And how much am I being paid? I'm gonna sub, bro. Don't worry. Hank was too much. That's why I left. Yeah, me too. There with you. I was here since last year, trying to support y'all. Always. Anyway, sub crazy though. Y'all fell off. No, it's really not. It's not. It was inevitable. So yeah. Anyway, dude, I really hyped on Vicente Luque and Kevin Holland in case you couldn't understand. Kelvin Gastelum versus Joe Pyfer. At 185. This fight was supposed to take place. What was it? That last Mexico City card, and then Joe Pyfer got sick, right? Anyway, Gastelum, 19-9. He is 2-3 in his last 5, plus 310 as the underdog. 33 years old, 5'9", 71.5-inch reach. Joe Pyfer, 13-3, 4-1 his last 5, minus 395 is the favorite. 28 years old, 6'2", and 75-inch reach. Pyfer, his last win came against Marc-Andre Barriel almost 11 months ago now. I mean, obviously he was supposed to fight in Mexico City, and then they just rebooked it. So, lost to Hermanson, and then Abdul Razak Al Hassan. It really doesn't have any like notable names on his record, if you ask me. Even Marc-Andre Barriel, it's like, okay. When he did get a step-up fight in Hermanson, he got just, like, embarrassed and outclassed. Like, Hermanson didn't even really try that hard, and he beat Joe Pyfer by just kind of not scrapping with him and just having a technical match with him. It was easy work for Hermanson. Where the fuck has Hermanson been? Like, whatever happened to him? Anyway, Gastelum has not been very active in the last few years, right? Lost that decision to Whitaker, lost to Cannonier, beat Chris Curtis by decision, lost by Kimura to Brady. Also, speaking of people that had got embarrassed by Jack Hermanson, Kevin Holland is right in that same class. Remember he got heel hooked in like was it like a minute and a half by Hermanson? Um, and then he beat D-Rod. So Kelvin Gastelum in his prime is good enough to beat this Joe Pyfer. The question is Joe Pyfer, is he really on the come up? We know he's got power, right? But we're not really sure how good Joe Pyfer is, right? Kevin Holland on the decline. This is good matchmaking, for my opinion. But it's a tough one for me to pick. Because I've never really thought much of Kelvin Gastelum, and I don't think much at all about Joe Pyfer. But it's fun to watch him knock out like these dudes that just want to scrap. But I don't think Gastelum is that kind of dude. Also, Gastelum has a rock chin. I think that I question Joe Pyfer's gas tank. Even in that match with Hermanson, I don't know what it was. He just didn't pull the trigger, or was gassed, or it's like I don't know. I don't really don't. I'm not high on either of these guys, so it's hard for me to be confident in either one winning. And again, like I said, I think old prime, because Kelvin Gastelum not in his prime anymore. I think prime Kelvin Gastelum beats Joe Pyfer easy. And I think that sorry, I'm cracking up with some of the comments. I have to just do it, man. I have to pick Joe Pyfer, unfortunately. I don't think again. But then you kind of go like, shit. If Hermanson could just keep him at range and just out technical him, like Kelvin can do the same. Again, with these like newer, younger fighters, I always give them the benefit of the doubt and say they're improving, they're working on things. So yeah, I have to do it. I don't want to, but I'm gonna pick Joe Pyfer by decision. I just don't think Kelvin Gastelum really has it in him anymore. He beat D-Rod, but it's like, okay, like that doesn't impress me. D-Rod is pretty washed. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm picking Joe Pyfer. Mr. Cunningham, thanks for joining the chat, by the way, man. Holland has way too much pride to fight someone where they aren't good. Okay, he does terrible against specialists. That is a great point. That's why I'm so hyped for this fight. Holland versus Luque. Can't wait, dude. This is such a fucking awesome fight. You got a little bro, Hank. He doesn't know better. Not AM, bro. I did for a year, and then now I'm done. My work there was done. Rooting for Kevin. No lock though. Yeah. If Gastelum can keep Pyfer at range with a jab, he can win. Therefore, Pyfer wins. That's funny. Gastelum, the type of guy to binge 100 taco reviews 1 week before weigh-ins and miss weight and claim he doesn't know why. Big facts. Big facts. Also, I feel like didn't he have like a stint at wasn't it? Didn't he have like a stint at welterweight? I can't remember. I don't know anything. Don't listen to me. Who misses weight? Kevin Holland. Kelvin. His name is Kelvin. Kelvin Taco, Gastelum, or Sean. Semen Retention O'Malley. Semen Retention O'Malley. That's a new one. Who misses weight? My money's on Kelvin Holland. Kelvin Gastelum. You can't compare Hermanson to Gastelum, LMAO. Gastelum has beaten no one. Well, I I think what happened is like, because wasn't wasn't no okay, sorry. What happened was that he had that fantastic fight with Izzy, and then that was his peak, was losing to Izzy. So I think people just were like, "Oh, well, shit, he fucking took it to the, had a fight of the year. It was literally fight of the year with Izzy. So this guy's good, but it's like maybe that was just like that. Oh, maybe it's like a one off, I miss Hermanson. Where the fuck is Hermanson been? How often do I stream now? So I do fight companions. We got MMA nerd back. I'll do a post show. I'm trying to do live chats. I'm 2 to 3 times a week. 2 to 3 times a week. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll say three. We'll say three. But yeah, let's move on to the next fight. All right, it's the co-main event. It's Jules Peña versus KK Harrison. Bantamweight fight. Venezuelan Okay, look, do we really need to break this fight down? Like with the stats and all that shit. Does anyone care? I mean, look at this. Plus a 455 is the underdog for Juliana Peña. And a minus 625. All right, listen, guys. I could give you the whole spiel about Juliana Peña's career. I mean, if you guys want me, I'll make a deep dive video in her career. I'm sure everybody wants to see that. Kayla Harrison, obviously, sick run in PFL. Did lose to Larissa Pacheco after fighting her, what was it, 3 times? Um, that is her last loss. Subbed Holly Holm, but did go decision with Ketlin Vieira, and that was a really good fight for her to see where she's at bantamweight. The issue with this fight is I know I loved you.
My talent. Idaho. I loved you.
The issue with this fight, and it's every time Kayla Harrison fights, guys, we have to bring this up. She won an Olympic gold medal, I think at like 170 plus pounds. And then she fought at women's 155. Fought at 45. And now she's fighting at 35. So again, like she's a massive woman. Every time she fights, we have to talk about she is depleted. Whether or not you believe, whether or not your idea of the severity of depletion she's fighting at is, you can't, I mean, the facts are she is fighting depleted. And I know all fighters fight depleted, but she is fighting severely depleted. I worry about Kayla Harrison's career. Her doing this to herself is very detrimental. And it's going to catch up with her at some point. If Harrison makes weight, which I imagine UFC will let her, she will dominate. Harrison's going to make weight, bro. Like, outside of her being not medically cleared to keep cutting weight, Harrison will make weight. Like, I have no doubt she will. The question is it's so detrimental to her body. So again, yes, my pick, my pick's Kayla Harrison. All right. Does she sub Juliana Peña? Look, guys, Jermaine Durandamy subbed Juliana Peña. So I think Kayla Harrison can do it. I'll probably just go with Kayla by sub, 3rd round. But just hear me out. There's a world where this goes 5 rounds, and the depleted Kayla Harrison succumbs to the will and the scrappiness of Juliana Peña, because it is there. She got that dog in her. It's a Yorkie. You guys know what Yorkies are? Like Yorkshire Terrier. It's a Yorkie, but it barks and it bites. That Yorkie bites you enough times, you're out of there. So there is a world where Peña could just battle of attrition, and she's not cutting as much weight. she could win this fight. I truly believe that Peña could win this fight in the 4th, 5th round. I think she could win 3 rounds as well. It's possible. But again, it's kind of impossible for me to not pick Kayla Harrison. So yeah. Everybody in their mom, all my homies picking Kayla Harrison. If Kayla has been dieting hard and doing tons of cardio outside of camp, she could take off some muscle mass and make it easier to cut the weight. Who knows if she did that though? The problem is she's just so jacked. Like she's a massive girl. Like she looks like a bodybuilder dude. You know what I'm saying? UFC wants Harrison so Nunes can come back. Yeah. Peña all day. I'm biased for Spokane. Hey, dude, Spokane. I live in Boise, and I've been to Spokompton, and I used to be biased for Spokane fighters because again, they're right there. But I can't do it anymore. I've had my heart broken too many times. Like going for Terrence McKinney is cost me. It's cost me my mental health. So Hopo Sally loses. She's massive. But even bodybuilders lose muscle mass at times. She doesn't have a huge frame. I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right. Because I don't want to see Kayla Harrison fucking kill herself to fight in the UFC. I don't want to see it happen. Shout out to Boise. Hell yeah, Mr. Cunningham. Peña did her camp in Chicago. Yeah, but she's from Spokane. A lot of people in the area actually know her. Kiesa, like I know people that know Kiesa. So yeah. Anyway, that's where her roots are, my friend. Peña lives in Chicago now, so her son can be closer to. Oh, okay. Yeah, but her roots are up in Washington. All right, guys. Main event time. Merab versus Sean. Merab on the cusp of. Dude, this guy is a sick. Just his run in the UFC has been insane. Was a 12 fight win streak now. And again, I'm gonna say it. I don't misquote me. He is putting together a run in the UFC that, when it's all said and done, he could be the greatest bantamweight of all time. And this fight obviously happened before in the Sphere last year. So there's no reason for me to think that Sean O'Malley can beat Merab. This fight is all about what is Sean going to do differently. I've never seen. And again, I hate fighters getting title shots off losses. Like, I don't know. I'm not a fan of O'Malley. I do like that he can knock fools out, but I truly think the UFC is just trying too hard to make Sean a star, and it's not coming together as much as they thought it would. Like, again, Sean O'Malley is like the only UFC fighter kids my age know about. Like, I'm 27. Kids my age are like, 18 to 20, like around my age, know about, because they know him from TikTok because he has crazy ass lame rainbow hair. And I think the UFC just really wants to make him a star. And honestly, think about this. If he loses this fight, it doesn't even really hurt his stock all that much because he lost to the guy who beat him before. So it's like Merab has the best gas tank maybe in MMA history. And yeah, I honestly, there's just no way I can pick against him. But yeah, I mean, there's not really much more to break down. I don't really like Sean O'Malley. Merab beat him last time. I think he can do it again. The question is, can Sean hurt Merab? And we have seen Merab hurt. Remember when Marlon Moraes almost knocked Merab out, and then Merab landed like 100 unanswered punches in a row after Marlon gassed himself out trying to beat him. So, we know he can be hurt, but I'm too confident in Merab. So yeah. You heard Kayla's story. You root for her. I've heard Kayla's story. She's a great person, and I love rooting for her. Got to back my Spokompton girl, though. Yeah, let's go Spokompton. Merab hurts himself so much out of the camp, cuts weight like a high school wrestler, and has taken a massive toll on his body by running his engine 24/7 with no oil changes. He's gonna fall off soon. Wow, you think? I love it. I'm tired of people comparing Merab's cardio to Bilal. It's not even close. Bilal gassed against Leon in the fifth. Merab is getting warmed up by the. Yeah, who's comparing Merab's cardio to Bilal? What? That's crazy. Yeah, Merab could fight 15 rounds. Or at least 10. He could definitely fight 10 rounds, like for sure. I just think that Merab has like no other way of living his life. You know, like I've met Merab reminds me of my buddy, who used to wrestle in high school. He's a crazy Russian dude, and he's just that dude. Like he has no other like. He's like a one track mind, just crazy motherfucker. You know. UFC wants Ofagi. I hope Merab mauls. Me too. I'm tired of O'Sally and UFC giving him free star power. I know, right? Like having him headline the Sphere, and then he kind of just like shits the bed against Merab. Um, yeah, I mean, all right. So let's save these picks really fast before I fucking forget to do that. Jeez, these fucking allergies, dude, killing me. All right, all right. So let's go through it. I've got Markel Merderos to beat Choinsky. Where's the other? Is there one more fight? Fucking stupid typology. Freak it out. I've got Salkid against Ashmoose. I've got Ju Sang Yu against Jekka Sergey. Where is the Gustafsson fight? I've got Kong Wang against Lipsky. I've got Gustafsson against Williams. I've got Sergey Spivak to sub Cortez Acosta. I've got Mirzakhanov to knock Brenson Ribeiro out. I've got Joshua Van by decision. I've got Luque by decision. I've got Mix by decision. I've got Piper by decision. I've got Kayla Harrison by sub in round 3. And I've got Merab in the main event. Dude, we had some new people. We had Mr. Cunningham. We had the return of Juice Man. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Cunningham, for hanging out during the stream. It was good to see you. Pereira versus Magomed reminded me of Sean. Yeah. Like Merab came with the right game plan to nullify Sean, and Ankalaev did the same to Pereira. I ain't calling no man sugar. I mean, it's sugar, right? Because he's a white dude. Sugar. But yes, that's fair, dude. It's 12:30 at night. I gotta work in the morning. I got a busy ass week. Good thing I never sleep anyway. Thank you guys for joining. We're gonna do. I'll try to do a live chat this week, but I don't know. I've been Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard. Yeah. I've been saying I'm gonna do a live chat, and then I just never do it. So we'll see. I'll try to. I like to have them scheduled. Maybe I'll try to do one Wednesday. Thursday is gonna be a crazy ass day for me, but I'll try to do one Wednesday. And then obviously we'll be doing a UFC fight companion during the live chat. I'll be able to tell you guys what my streaming schedule is gonna look like. So, and then we'll do a pre-show for the UFC. You guys can call in the show. You guys can hop on. Post-show, we'll do the same thing. We'll actually react to Dana White on the post-show as well. I'm pretty sure he'll finally show up for a press conference and do his job, maybe. And then yeah, so that's it for me. Yeah, but it's different. Yeah. All right. Good to have Juice Man back. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Later.
What happened, Jack?